Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I am Onalitini. First, the headlines. Centre approves broadcasting infrastructure and network development scheme to financially support upgrade of Prasar Bharati. Union Defence Education and Skill Development Ministries signed MoUs to facilitate education of Agniveers while in service. Union Cabinet approves National Green Hydrogen Mission, and Supreme Court says cinema halls can forbid people from bringing their own food. Now the news in detail. The Union Government has approved Central Sector Broadcasting Infrastructure and Network Development (BIND) scheme with an outlay of over 2,539 crore rupees up to 2025-26. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur said the scheme will financially support Prasar Bharati in the expansion and upgradation of its broadcasting infrastructure, content development, and civil works. He said the scheme will widen the reach in the left-wing extremism, border and strategic areas as well as provide high-quality content to viewers. Thakur also reiterated the government's commitment to the development, modernization and strengthening of Doordarshan and Akashvani infrastructure and services. The minister said, through this BIND scheme, OB vans will be purchased and digital upgradation of Doordarshan and All India Radio AIR studios will be done to make them high-definition ready. Thakur said the FM coverage of AIR will be increased to cover more than 80% of the country's population. He said 8 lakh DD free dish DTH set-top boxes will be distributed to people living in remote, tribal, left-wing extremism, border areas and aspirational districts. The Ministry of Defence, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and all three services have signed Memorandums of Understanding MoUs with various stakeholders to facilitate the continued education of Agniveers while serving in the armed forces. Under these MoUs with the National Institute of Open School and Indira Gandhi National Open University, suitable 12th class certificates and bachelor's degrees will be awarded to the Agniveers. Addressing the MoU exchange ceremonies outreach program through video conferencing, Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said this will enable Agniveers to complete education in a timely manner and develop additional qualities and skills. The Union Government has approved the National Green Hydrogen Mission with an initial outlay of 19,744 crore rupees. Briefing reporters in New Delhi, Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur said the mission aims to make India a global hub for production, utilization and export of green hydrogen. He said this mission will play an important role in dealing with climate change. Thakur said Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced the launch of the National Hydrogen Mission during his Independence Day speech on the 15th of August 2021. He said 50 lakh tons of green hydrogen will be produced per year. The minister said annually the mission will help save 1 lakh crore rupees in the import of fossil fuels and avert carbon emissions of 50 million metric tons. The Supreme Court has ruled that the owners of cinema halls are entitled to set the terms and conditions for the sale of food and beverages within their theatre precincts. A bench headed by the Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, said cinema owners can determine whether outside food should be permitted on their premises or not. The bench observed that the cinema hall is the private property of the owner who is entitled to have terms and conditions so long as they are not contrary to the public interest, safety and welfare. However, the bench clarified that all cinema halls must provide hygienic drinking water for all moviegoers free of cost in theatres. Further, it noted when an infant or a child accompanies a parent, a reasonable amount of food for them can be carried in theatres. You're listening to All India Radio Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and our YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. External Affairs Minister Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar has said that the world order needs to be replaced by a world of multi-alignment. In this framework, the minister said countries will choose their own particular policies, preferences and interests. Citing an example of India, he said, New Delhi rejected the pressures to condemn the Russian invasion of Ukraine and at the same time turned Moscow into its largest oil supplier. Dr. Jaishankar further reiterated that India is in no mood to cut ties with Russia, adding that Moscow supported New Delhi with weapons over decades of non-alignment. Speaking about the conflict in Ukraine, Dr. Jaishankar called for both countries to resolve their differences at the negotiation table through dialogue and diplomacy. The minister said Europeans needed a wake-up call to understand that the difficult aspects of life are not always taken care of by others, adding, no region will be stable if dominated by a single power. In view of the forthcoming general election to the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly, Wokha Deputy Commissioner Ajit Kumar Ranjan has cautioned against declaration of village, area or range consensus candidates by village councils or other public organizations. They have also been asked to refrain from any other activity that subverts free exercise of electoral right by any means, including threats of injury or wrongful confinement. He said such actions are prohibited by various election-related laws under the Indian Penal Code. The DC informed that any organization or individual that violate the same will be dealt with strictly under the applicable penal provisions of law. Principal Scientific Advisor to the Central Government, Professor A.K. Sood said, while India has emerged as the third largest ecosystem for startups globally and seen a rapid growth in its deep tech startup landscape, there remains space to boost up, particularly in areas like automotive, consumer technology, media and entertainment, and cybersecurity. He was addressing the 108th Indian Science Congress. Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Dr. S. Chandrasekhar said science will play a crucial role in India's transformation and urged scientists to consider its relevance to face further future challenges in various segments, be it in manufacturing or sustainability. Dr. Chandrasekhar highlighted the need to develop grassroots global connects so that solutions from the grassroots can give clues to solve global problems. World Braille Day is being observed today. It is observed to raise awareness about the importance of Braille as a means of communication in the full realization of the human rights for the visually impaired and partially sighted people. The day commemorates the birth anniversary of French educator Louis Braille, who invented the Braille in the year 1809. The National Federation of the Blind organized a program in New Delhi to mark the day. General Secretary of the Federation, S.K. Rungta, said despite technological developments, Braille cannot be substituted. The Union Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports flagship program Fit India Movement will start a special online series titled Fit India Sunday Talks from this Sunday till the 26th of next month. Eminent fitness experts and Fit India icons will participate in this online talk show to be aired on the official Instagram and YouTube handles of Fit India every Sunday at 11 a.m. The Fit India Sunday Talks will aim at promoting the importance of fitness, healthy eating, and mental wellness among all age groups, especially senior citizens. The headlines once again. Centre approves broadcasting infrastructure and network development scheme to financially support upgrade of Prasar Bharati. Union Defence, Education and Skill Development Ministries sign MoUs to facilitate education of Agniveers while in service. Union Cabinet approves National Green Hydrogen Mission, and Supreme Court says cinema halls can forbid people from bringing their own food. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Have a pleasant night.